Go Bonkers Now. Go Bonkers Now was an amusement park located in Arlington Heights, Illinois and operated from 2000 to 2010.
Great Adventure Amusement Park. Great Adventure Amusement Park was an amusement park located in Flushing, New York and operated from the 1950s to the 1970s. GUANG Space Flight Happiness World. GUANG Space Flight Happiness World was an amusement park in Guangdong, China and operated from 2004 to 2012. Gulliver's Kingdom. Gulliver's Kingdom was a failed theme park located near Kawaguchi-Maki, Yamanashi Prefecture, Japan. The park opened in 1997 and typified the A-circumflex bridge to Noria, construction projects Japan's government and banking sector championed in the 1990s. IT closed its doors forever in 2001. HAMEL'S Amusement Park. HAMEL'S Amusement Park was one of the few amusement parks located in the state of Louisiana for more than 35 years. Located in Shreveport, it was relatively small and yet hugely popular. People from across the state would visit its giant Ferris wheel or its roller coaster. A log flume was also added later to round out the large ride attractions. HANSON'S Amusement Park. HANSON'S Amusement Park was located in Harveys Lake, Pennsylvania. It operated from 1891 to 1984. HAPPYLAND Amusement Park. The HAPPYLAND Amusement Park was an amusement park in the South Beach neighborhood of Staten Island, New York from 1906 till about 1935. Its location is now occupied by the South Beach Franklin Delano Roosevelt Boardwalk, a public park. Heritage USA. Heritage USA, a Christian theme park, water park and residential complex in Fort Mill, South Carolina. IT operated from 1978 to 1989. HOLLAND OOIT. This was a children's theme park in Drummond with an area of 34 acres. The lead was down to the end still owned by various members of the Tomino family. The park has several times hit financial problems. In 2007 there was no more money to come across. In 2007 the owners declared bankrupt.
High Hopes Orchard Amusement Park. High Hopes Orchard Amusement Park was an amusement park in Westmoreland, New Hampshire and operated from unknown to 2005.
Holy Land USA. A theme park dedicated to the Bible may seem like a scary place for atheists and non-believers. When it comes to the now defunct Holy Land USA amusement park, however, even the most devout visitors can agree that it is an eerie place. Construction on the Waterbury, Connecticut theme park began in 1955 when a religious local lawyer named John Greco who created the 19-acre park as a place for pilgrimages and an entertaining way for interested visitors to learn about the Bible. In its peak during the 1960s and 1970s, the crowds topped 40,000 annually, but that didn't stop it from closing in 1984. Even though it was placed in the care of a group of nuns, it fell into serious disrepair and remains abandoned today. Honey Lake Entertainment City. Honey Lake Entertainment City was an amusement park located in Guangdong, China and operated from 1985 to 2011. IDORA Park. IDORA Park was located in Youngstown, Ohio. IT operated from 1899 and closed in 1984. Its demise came with a devastating fire. ITAL Park. ITAL Park was an amusement park located in Buenos Aires, Argentina and operated from 1960 to 1990. CHOLLY'S FUNLAND. Picture the traffic backed up for miles on both sides of Route 1 in 1960. Teens in hot rods are cruising towards the place to go on a Saturday night. They are heading for a place where car hops, wearing roller skates, bring food orders. The teens are there to see and be seen. The hope is to impress a date or meet someone to impress. This sounds like American Graffiti, but it is North Attleboro and the place is Jolly Charlie's. It began with Helen and Charles M. Nassif who opened a dairy bar at the 171 East Washington Street site in 1954. It didn't take long before the menu expanded far beyond ice cream and included hamburgers, pizza and fried clams. The early eras featured soft drinks, mainly Coca-Cola. Later on beer was added to the menu. By 1958 the site comprised 12 acres. Miniature golf was added that year, followed by an amusement park called FUNLAND in 1959. The park featured a Ferris wheel, kiddie whip, merry-go-round, kiddie boats, and a roadway ride. In 1960 a roller coaster and 1865 train ride were added. By the end of the 1960s Jolly Charlie's had transformed from a teen hangout into a place where parents brought small children. The most distinctive feature of Funland, and the one most people remember today, was the entrance into Funland. It was made in the shape of a clown, with a top hat, checkered pants and floppy shoes. The clown held a large sign that said Funland. His legs formed an archway that was the entrance. The clown became an iconic image. Trinkets made in his image are still available on the internet today. Times and taste change. Business at Jolly Charlie's kept falling off during the 1970s. Finally in 1979 Jolly Charlie's Funland closed for good. JOYLAND, Kansas. JOYLAND is a former amusement park in Wichita, Kansas. It was in continuous operation for 55 years. The park was once the largest theme park in central Kansas and featured a wooden roller coaster. It featured rides such as the Roundup, Zimmer, a wave swinger, classic bumper cars, tilt-a-whirl, log flume, giant slide, paratrooper, Ferris wheel, scrambler, sky coaster and the Wacky Shack dark ride. The park closed its doors forever on 2004. ZHOU Amusement Park. ZHOU Amusement Park is a defunct amusement park in Guerneville, California. The park was founded by Jay Skaggs and later run by his son, Michael. The park featured a roller coaster, a Mad Mouse, and several other attractions. Due to rising costs, the park closed in 2003, but is still used for special events, including a haunted house event each Halloween called Drive Evil's House of Horrors. KAPPAPIA Amusement Park. KAPPAPIA was an amusement park located in Gunma, Japan and operated from unknown to 2004. KEJONUMA Leisure Land. KEJONUMA Leisure Land is a tiny but beautiful abandoned amusement park. Upon arrival, the Ferris wheel stands out the most, old, rusty, but still proudly standing up there, not giving in to the recent earthquake. KIDDIELAND Amusement Park. KIDDIELAND Amusement Park was an amusement park located just west of Chicago at the corner of North Avenue and First Avenue in Melrose Park, Illinois. It was home to several classic rides including the Little Dipper roller coaster, which opened in 1929. The park closed on September 27, 2009, and demolished in 2010 to make way for a new Costco store. KOGA Family Land. KOGA Family Land, also sometimes unfortunately known as KOGA Family Land, was yet another small, independent amusement park that failed in the mid-90s. It stood abandoned for nearly 20 years before finally being torn down in 2008. Lechicock Amusement Park. Lechicock Amusement Park was an amusement park on the west shore of Lechicock Bay in Lechicock, Hong Kong. It was once the largest amusement park in Hong Kong, and attracted people from all walks of life in the territory. The park was originally opened by businessman Chun Kwan On in 1949. In 1961, Deacon Chu Te-Eakin purchased the park and started improving it. In 1976, the park started losing business to Ocean Park. In 1995 the Ferris wheel was temporarily closed because engineers were dissatisfied with its condition. The admission fee started at 60 HK cents for both adult and child admission, but by 1997 it had risen to HK $12 to $25. A monorail, which cost $13, let visitors get a view of the whole park. On 31 March 1997, the park was closed after the Hong Kong government decided to use the land for residential public housing. Many additional visitors came to the park as it was about to close, and there were 80,000 visitors on the last 2 days alone. The animals from the zoo were sent to Shek Kua Chau. In 1997, Regional Services Department curators spent months negotiating with Far East Hotels and Entertainment to buy the amusements from the closed park, with their historical value. Popular rides such as the Ferris wheel and the Ding Dong boats were moved to Haimen County, Shanghai, where the owner Deacon Chu Te-Eakin has family ties. The oldest rides such as the Dodgem cars were sold to Burma or demolished. Lake Lansing Park. Lake Lansing Park was an amusement park located in Haslett, Michigan and operated from 1934 to 1974. Lake Shawnee Amusement Park. In 1926, Connecticut. ZHOU, unaware of the site's history, purchased the land and opened the amusement park. The park featured a spring-fed swimming pool, dance hall, occasional Wild West shows, carnival rides, water rides, a racetrack, concession stands, and cabins for guests to stay in. It became a popular summertime retreat for thousands of Coalfield families. It closed in 1966 after experiencing 2 troubling children's deaths over the years. The first mysterious death, which has been confirmed by the owners, was of a young boy who drowned while the swimming pool was still open. A mother dropped her child off at the park one morning to return that afternoon to find that her child was nowhere to be found. After searching the entire grounds, she found her child's lifeless body floating in the pool. The owners filled the pre-existing pool with sand to prevent any further accidents. The second death occurred in the children's playground where a swing set was located, and when in operation revolved at a high rate of speed. One day in the early 1950s, a truck delivering soda to a refreshment stand accidentally backed up into the path of the swings, and a young girl was killed when she was struck by the truck. Lake Shawnee owner Gaylord White, who worked at the park as a youth, bought the long-vacant amusement park in 1985. He planned to subdivide the land and sell residential lots. However, after White began finding Native American burial sites and numerous artifacts, he put the idea of selling the property for homes to be built on the graves to rest. Instead, he reopened the amusement park that year, but it only lasted 3 years. The skeleton of the Ferris wheel, several abandoned rides and the children's swings are still on the park grounds. While the 2 deaths could be written off as unfortunate accidents, the park has been the scene of much paranormal activity. In short, it is haunted. Of the paranormal activity that has been observed at Lake Shawnee, most individuals have experienced orbs in photographs, disembodied voices, Native American chanting, unexplained sounds, and the long-forgotten carnival rides moving on their own. Others who have visited the location say that the Ferris wheel is the home of a full apparition of a male subject and the car in the 9 o'clock position. The swings still on the property feature cold spots just above the deteriorated wooden seats. The seats are also said to move on their own, which has been observed from across the park by visitors. Gaylord White, who worked at the park during his younger days, said he always had a feeling of someone behind him touching his shoulder or his arm. He also had unexplained feelings of a presence during his tenure there as well. His main experience occurred while he was on his tractor clearing the brush from the field after he had purchased the property. He saw the full apparition of a young girl in a pink dress with ruffled sleeves. He believes that this girl is the spirit of a girl who was killed on the rotating swing ride in the early 1950s. Gaylord parked the tractor and left it there for the young girl since she seemed to like watching the tractor so much. He has also reported hearing what he explains as sounding like chanting on the property as well. In October 2005, the park gained national attention due to the filming of ABC Network's Scariest Places on Earth. During their time there, a psychic that was under contract by the network refused to stay on the property due to the spiritual energy being too strong. Also, film crew workers would not enter the filming location alone at night due to eerie feelings. According to archaeologists, the area around Lake Shawnee was home to at least 2 separate Native American settlements before European settlers arrived. The Marshall and Concord College's joint dig in 1988 found that the Indian settlements were circular in arrangement and the Indians lived there for long periods of time. They think the settlement was abandoned several hundred years before the first white settlers arrived. They found 13 skeletons, mostly of young children. There may be as many as 3,000 bodies of Native Americans buried on the property. Legend City Amusement Park. Legend City was an amusement park that existed on the border of Phoenix and Tempe, Arizona from its opening in 1963 to its closing and demolition in 1983. Liberty Land. Liberty Land was an amusement park located in Memphis, Tennessee. Opened on July 4, 1976, it was located at 940 Early Maxwell Boulevard. It was structured under the nonprofit U.S. tax code. It closed due to financial reasons in 2005.